Alright, and welcome to my guide on Taz-Mania for the Sega Game Gear. Now, unlike most of my other guides, this is going to be more of a crash course. I'm just going to explain the controls, how the game works, and when we get into the long play, I'll explain the stages as we go along. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, Taz-Mania came out on multiple consoles, the Sega Genesis, the Master System, and the Game Gear, with the Game Gear version being the absolute worst, and if you played this game before, you will know why. But I'll talk about the issues of this game during the long play, and let's first talk about the controls. So, Taz can move left and right. Now if you tap button 2, you will get a short jump, and if you press and hold it, you will get a high jump. This is very important, so please don't forget this. Now, as you expect from Taz himself, by pressing button 1, you will spin. Now, spinning is important because not only does it let you move faster, but it makes you invincible to certain enemies and obstacles. And even better, if you press button 1 at the peak of your jump, you will perform a spin jump. So then we do it right here. And if you don't know, this is absolutely mandatory in some stages, so please don't forget this. Now, there is one issue with spinning, if you didn't notice it already. As you spin, you will lose health. You can see that on the top left. And if it gets low enough, Taz will stop spinning and you can't spin anymore. The way you recover health in this game is by finding food. So you can see there's water to the left. If I press down to eat it, he will get some health back. But worse yet, and then we just load the save state. If you press button 1, like to spin, and you spin to the food, you will destroy it. And this becomes a big issue in stage 1 unless you already know how to deal with that stage. So that's already stupid enough. And that's pretty much it for the controls. The last thing I want to mention is that the manual mentioned that you can find a heart where if Taz eats it, you get a 1-up. I have never seen this in any of my playthroughs, so if you know that, if you know where you can find one in this game, or if it's even like in this game, please let me know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I explained the gist of it. There are some gimmick stages that will change the controls, but again, I will explain that during the long play. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Alright, and this is my long play of Taz-Mania for the Sega Game Gear. Alright, what can I say about this game? It's freaking awful. There's so many issues with it I can't even count. First off, this music. This is some of the worst video game music I've heard in my life. And that's saying a lot considering some of the trash I've played in the past. The gameplay, it functions, but man, if you don't go into this without like prior knowledge or you don't know what you're doing, at least like even reading the manual kind of helps, this game would drive you insane. Thankfully, I did practice a lot before I did this run. I should mention that I am commentating over a run I already did. And it was much more bearable when I knew what to do. So stage 1, let's get straight into it. Immediately spin forward until you pass water sprouting from the ground. So keep spinning. There it is, so stop right there. And then there should be a chicken coming up. You want to eat that by pressing down. Now spin again. You should pass to 2 more waters, so that's 1. And that's 2. So stop right there, drink the water. And now from here, you just want to keep spinning. Even if Taz runs out of energy, just keep holding right. So that should happen soon. Alright, there we go. And coming up should be 1 more water. We should get our energy back up a bit. Okay, and we're almost off this level, so just spin again, like until he runs out of energy, which is fine. And now coming up should be 1 jump, and that will be the end of the stage. So here it comes. Thankfully, you got plenty of time. There you go. Beautiful. So it's an easy stage if you know what to do. It is an absolute pain if you don't. So stage 2, the controls will change. So you gotta hold button 2 to raise the cart, and then let it go to lower it down. Now this part you want to hold up on the D-pad. If you don't do this twice, for that hill and then the next hill, this stage will just loop into itself and it will feel like a maze. So just take this path, and now you just have to dodge the obstacles to reach the end. Alright, so I'm gonna hold button 2 right there and then just lower it. And then I think I gotta hold it 1 more time. And then you go into the cave, so keep it low. And if you have a hard time reacting to these, you can always hold button 1 to hit the brakes. Yeah, you can see I did it right there. If you hold it for too long, it won't work anymore, so you gotta let it cool off by letting it go. Alright, so just duck under that, and then you want to raise it and hold up again. If you don't do this, you will lose a life, which is very fair. Raise the car up, put it low, and now you'll be in stage 3. Very memorization heavy, you can react to these obstacles, but it's much easier if you know which ones are coming up. Stage 3 is an auto-scroller, all you can do is spin and jump. So for this part, I just jump on the mouse right there, and what you should be doing honestly is just spinning through these obstacles. If you can't tell those wooden planks actually damage you, take the top road. If you don't, it will... There's so much to explain, this is going by so fast. But yeah, for most of these obstacles, you can just spin through them. The game gives you plenty of help along the way, so it's fine. But yeah, if you take the bottom path, there will be way more obstacles to deal with, it will be much harder. And the trees with snow will actually damage you, and that is the end of stage 3. And now for what I think is the hardest level in this game. It is absolutely atrocious. This music is going to drive me nuts by the time I'm done with this. So it's a mix of high jumps and low jumps. Because you're moving at the same speed, it's pretty much very, very memorization heavy. So you can see me doing high jumps here. In some cases like here, I'd rather just take the damage so that I can focus on making the jump. Because if you couldn't tell, if you miss one jump, that is it. You're starting this stage over. So I'm just doing these jumps. You could try to eat that fish if you want, but the animation might make you miss the jump, so I just avoid that. And at the end of this level is one nasty jump, and you'll see that in a bit. Again, the only reason why this looks easy is because I already know what's coming up. So I'm making some high jumps here. I'm gonna get hit by the penguin. I might get hit by this one too, that's fine. 2 ice cubes, do another high jump, and spin. It's possible to do a short jump instead, and then do a high jump, like on the second cube, and then do a high jump, but it's very risky, so I prefer doing the spin jump. Now, this is a boss level, stage 5. And I think this is the only boss in the game. You see these holes on the ground, what you have to do is spin under the ice. You gotta spin behind the icicles on its top, and that will make a fire come out. And if you hit the boss 3 times with it, you should be able to defeat him. So I hit him once already. That is the second time, and one more should do it, assuming I don't miss it here. I missed it, because the controls are very smooth. By the way, they aren't. So you just get behind the icicle, and I'll make the fires come out, and that is it. The boss can actually hit you while he's in that small form, but because I was spinning, I was invincible. Alright, stage 6. This stage is actually really easy. So the controls will change again. What you have to do here is mash button 2 to keep flapping. He usually flaps when you press it 2 to 3 times. And you'll notice that as I'm flapping, it's wasting my energy, but if you make contact with these yellow clouds, you hear this ringing noise, and it will recover your energy. If you aren't aware of this, or you're colorblind, then this stage is going to be very obnoxious. So you just touch the yellow clouds, you'll know you're on one when you hear the ringing sound, and that will recover your HP. And I just keep flapping. The enemies aren't too bad, but at the same time, you should kinda try to dodge them. You don't want to get hit by every single enemy in the stage. But yeah, there are plenty of clouds that will recover your energy, so just keep flapping, you should be good. I almost got all my health there, but I think I went too high up. But yeah, there's another thunder cloud there, so it's fine. And during the end of this stage, you want to keep flapping to the top. It's possible to beat it by going to the bottom path, but it's very it's very enclosed. It's possible to mess up the jump and then you just fall to your death. So instead I just stay high, touch that last thunder cloud, and then I want to mash button 2 here. And by landing on this, I'll instantly beat the stage. So if you take the bottom path, you actually have to spin in order to reach the exit. Alright, stage 7, if I'm not mistaken. You have to pretty much cooperate with this log. Now when you stay on this log, it will slowly sink. And if it sinks all the way down, you just fall in the water and lose a life. So the strategy here is when you do have to get on the log, you want to try jumping in order to keep it afloat. Because it'll slowly raise up when you're not on it. So that's the trick here, just to keep jumping while you're on it. But again, I'd rather not. You can tell that from this stage I try my best not to deal with this log because I had to take a hit there, are you kidding me? Because I hate the jumping in this game, it just doesn't feel really good. So I usually try everything possible to avoid the log unless I absolutely need to go on it. So I don't think I mentioned this in the intro, you can jump on certain enemies to defeat them. This doesn't work on all enemies, in fact there's one enemy in particular where jumping doesn't work at all. So I'm trying to get on this platform, it's really... I recommend jumping... Oh wow, I actually ate him midair. I recommend jumping up when you try to get on these platforms because for some reason when you jump left or right, it feels like you lose height. I don't... Like, if you can get on this game's wavelength, there's probably some good explanation, but jumping straight up seems a bit more consistent than jumping left and right, especially in this stage. So you can see I just jump straight up, and then I jump on this plant, because you do need some help for the end, and you'll see why. Alright, so we're getting close to the last stretch. There's a plant there. I'm gonna get hit, but there should be some bread there too. Wow, I got hit. What a good game. I probably should have jumped on the plant first, but yeah, I think if you wait long enough, another log will come by, so I don't know why I was rushing this one. Now, this last stretch, you want to just keep jumping. You can use the spin jump if you want, but the thing is, there'll be an enemy at the end. I forgot his name. I think it was like Francis X, but he'll shoot arrows, so you want to just keep jumping and jump on him to finish the stage. Alright, stage 8. If you don't know where to go, the stage is going to be very, very annoying, but thankfully, I already do. So you want to keep walking to the right, don't spin, you gotta save all your energy because you're gonna need it. So keep walking right until you see this mouse walking, and you want to keep jumping straight up. Okay, one more time. And then you want to go to the right and do a regular jump. There we go, there should be a bread there, but I don't need it. Then jump straight up. And now you want to go to the left, and there should be another, you can tell by the stone face, so just jump up that. Keep jumping up until you see a big hill to the left. And when you jump straight up this hill, you should see a statue of Taz. Now, what you want to do here is jump to the left and do a spin jump. And if you don't do it precise, there's a chance you might miss the platform. Thankfully, there is a bread to restore our health to full. Now, you want to go to the right, where the running mouse is. Just keep jumping up. And as you keep going right, you should see another spider. This is where we have to do another spin jump. So, high jump, spin, and you should just barely land on the platform with another piece of bread. Now you want to do the same thing to the left, so jump, spin, and just keep walking left while avoiding the mouse, and there should be a bat coming up. These bats, you can't jump on them, they're just invincible for some reason. Anyways, that's fine. Another spin jump to the left. Make it on this platform, stop early to save some health. Then you want to drop down. If you take damage, that's fine. And then you want to hold left immediately when you fall off this platform to end the stage. Alright, we're up to the last stage. Can you believe it? Now, for this stage, you just want to keep moving to the left. There should be... You see me jump a lot here because I don't remember when the mouse is coming up. Because this is yet another stage where you need as much energy as possible. Alright, there's the mouse, so I jump over it. And now for some platforming. So you want to jump to the left and then jump to the right. Now I'm going to wait a bit because there's a mouse on the platform to the right. And then I'm going to jump on the small platform to the left. Now there's a spider up here, so I'm trying to like make it come down so I can time my jump without getting hit. Jump left. And now the hard part. So this bird will keep flying around, and it can be very obnoxious, but you need some health at the end in order to make the final jump. If you don't have enough health, you're done. That's it. It's game. You pretty much have to lose a life. So I took some hits here, but thankfully I got just enough to make this final jump. Touch the egg, and this game is done. That is Taz-Mania for the Sega Game Gear. This game sucks. If you know what to do, you can get through it in about 10 minutes or less. If you don't know what to do, this game is going to... I said this already, it's going to drive you insane, alright? It is really bad. The music is bad, the graphics are okay, I guess. But the gameplay is just... It's disgusting. It's despicable. I'm never playing this again. In any case, I hope... Oh yeah, and if you press start, if you pause the game, it actually shows all of the stages you went through. That was my long play. I hope you enjoyed it, and with that said, I'll see you later.